Welcome to the beginning of my crystal journey. I started this in the end of September, and I have a shaman staying at my home, I recommend this to anyone. Her name is Joy White Peacock Woman, and I'd asked her I wanted to learn a little more about crystals, and she sent me on my crystal journey. And her first instructions were pretty enigmatic, fairly interesting. I have many crystals because of owning a crystal shop and making jewelry. I happen to have quite a few, and a few, of course, that are my favorites that I keep closer to me. And she'd had me put them all out for the moon, which I recommend everyone do. If you get your crystals, get them out in the full moon. You will notice a difference if you tend to work with them, and I do recommend this. Anyway, this is one of my favorites. It's a fat tabby, and it's one I've always been able to feel, even just vaguely and not knowing anything about it. I would point it and say, well, I sense something. I don't know. It could be my mind, but I can point it at me. I can point it wherever. I can kind of sense it. I always have had that with this one a little bit. And so when she said, go find a crystal that wants to play, put it on your third eye, and find its portal. Okay. And she's, working away on her website, on her little MacBook, and just kind of picks up at me like, that's all you're getting. You need to figure it out. And if you read the blog, you'll get a little bit more detailed information. But eventually I went over and found this one. And it took me a little while. I kind of figured out what I needed to do. There's a third eye exercise that I actually share with people all the time on how to open that up and get your chakras flowing, the energy, the kundalini. And if you go to yodawasright.com, there's a simple audio that's free that you can just click on and listen to the instructions for doing that, which is actually quite simple, actually. And so I do the exercise where you pretty much just focus, up between your eyebrows, and you can feel when you've got it going. And I was placing the crystal in different positions over that. And eventually, when I found this diamond here, and it kind of started with, well, I said, well, how do I find the portal? And she looked at me and said, well, ask the crystal. I said, okie dokie. And the first thought I had in my head, which was kind of almost before I asked that, was, oh, look, a little diamond right there, kind of like the diamond that would be on the forehead, for, say, designed for India or a maiden or something like that. And I said, okay, well, ask the crystal. Well, and the response I kind of got from the crystal was, well, duh, just put the diamond to the diamond. So I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And when I did, I noticed that the intensity or the flashing or focus or whatever it is you get when you focus in that spot seriously intensifies it to a flashing almost, and fairly strong. And after playing with the crystal for a little while, I found it only did it in that one spot. When I put this spot and kind of aimed that toward my chakras. If you look at the page, you'll notice there's some pictures on the way the chakras are sort of shaped in process. And after I found that, I kept playing with it on, off, 20, 30, 40 times. This is a switch right here. If you put this on your third eye and you activate your third eye or on any chakra and you're paying attention, you can find the portal on your crystal and use it as a switch. It turns on, off, on, off. I was giggling and laughing, and Joy's particular typical process is, well, what did you notice? I'm like, well, I notice it's like a switch. And she goes, oh, wait till you figure out what they turn on and off. Which I haven't quite yet figured out. That's still coming soon. And I've made so many discoveries since. I still need to learn that one. But anyway, it works like a switch, and it doesn't stop. I found that I could put it on all of my chakras in different positions, and I felt it on each one when I pointed that particular face at it. I think we all have crystals. We probably just don't know which, angle to be playing with them, such that we distinctly feel it. And once again, this is the teachings for what she does with her Peacock Academy and such is it's replicable, it's applicable, and it's demonstrable. It's rad. And I've shown this to several different people, and they've found portals on their crystals. There's not a person I have showed it to that hasn't found the portal on their crystal, which is pretty impressive. And it acts like a switch, on, off, and you can feel it on all your chakras. What I didn't mention is I had it in my left hand to start with. And she had said, well, now try your right hand. And same thing, like a switch, on, off, all chakras. Difference being one hand is sending and one hand is receiving. Left is receiving, right is sending. And I'm just amazed. There's so many times now that since this has happened that the terrarium I think I'm in is changed by the end of the day, and it's not the same planet I woke up on. Knowing that almost all the crystals I have work as a switch on several points of my body, consistently, repeatedly, repetitively. It's new to me. It's not new to everyone, I'm sure. But it is impressive, and it's demonstrable, and I invite everyone to give it a go, to try it out, as she would say, and report back. Give me what you got. This is day one. And it's going to get much more interesting, trust me. Thank you very much. Namaste.